What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time, and thrash metal is what's going to be talked about here today. 6 records representative of the past and the present of thrash and speed metal. Probably one of the most aggressive and angry styles of extreme metal to ever have existed. And I have 3 records that represent the past of the glory days of thrash and speed metal, and 3 2017 albums that I feel are the absolute best and finest when it comes to thrash and speed metal. Let's get the classics out of the way first. I've come into a bunch of classic thrash and speed metal releases, and it was very difficult for me to decide which 3 I wanted to talk about first, but all in all, I'm satisfied with the picks that I have here. And this first record I'm going to show you is probably from one of my favorite bands to represent the Teutonic style of thrash. Thrash from Germany. And this is a band that really does mean a lot to me anytime I throw on any of their music. This is Sodom with In the Sign of Evil. Yeah. This is a 2016 reissue that got put out through Wax Maniacs, and yeah, this is their debut EP from 1985, and honestly, I'm not going to say too much about Sodom than what I haven't already talked about this band in the past. They are a very, very synonymous, well-known thrash metal band from Germany. Back in the early increments of this band's existence, they had that more black speed metal sort of sound going for them. After Agent Orange, they pretty much evolved into a full-fledged sort of thrash metal band. But this era of Sodom to me is my absolute favorite from beginning to end because it's so dark, it's so intriguing, and it's just ripping. From first song all the way to last. I mean, songs like Outbreak of Evil, Blasphemer, Witching Metal, some of the most well-known and well-appreciated songs within Sodom's discography are right here on this particular EP. Such an amazing album to listen to. I mean, this EP and the first 3 full-length albums that came from them after this, like Obsessed by Cruelty, Persecution Mania, Agent Orange, that's Sodom for me. And this EP right here is definitely something very special when it comes to the early days of Sodom. Very amazing EP. But anyway, here's a front cover. Very iconic album cover art. And as you can see, this got a little bit of a retouching up for the reissue. Very, very nicely done. Back cover. Band members in question. Track listing and credits. There you see Steamhammer right here. Wax Maniacs. There you see the man himself, Tom Angel Ripper. Fucking love the lyrics that he does on this EP. Other band members here. Yeah. Comes with this pretty badass LP-size booklet. You got some lyrics, some classic photos from this band's era, liner notes and credits. Absolutely killer job done here with the presentation of this booklet. And there were multiple variations of this EP, but I was fortunate enough to have a friend of mine hook me up with a copy. And I just got the standard black vinyl. Yeah, classic center labeling. And I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up or not, but yeah. Etching on the B-side. There you see the cloaked sword figure. There you see the Sodom logo here. Yeah. Very, very badass etching done on here. I think there's a blue and green version of this, if I'm not mistaken. I'm very familiar with the blue one, but I don't remember the other colors. But yeah. Wax Maniacs has been putting out and pumping out a bunch of Sodom reissues recently, but I'm very, very satisfied with the classic early stuff as far as Sodom is concerned. But yeah, In the Sign of Evil, absolute masterpiece. From Germany, we move to Canada for probably one of the meanest, most violent thrash metal bands to have ever come out of that country. This is Razor with Violent Restitution. Yeah. I want to say this is their 5th full-length, and I believe this came out in 1988. And funny story, I was reading a blog article written by my very good friend Jeff of Birth AD, and he did a top 10 list of songs about anti-wimp anthems, anti-poser anthems. man, there were just a lot of really cool songs to be found on there from bands like Exodus, Nasty Savage, Manowar, to name a few. And one of the songs that he put on that list was Taste the Floor. Now, Taste the Floor is a very edgy and provocative thrash metal song. Very much oozing machismo, oozing anger, and just straight up being a pissed off thrash metal song, and done so in a fast and quick sort of manner. And listening to that one song only made me curious to know about this band's body of work and legacy. And this is easily my favorite thing that Razor has ever done, because this album is just maddening from the minute you hear the screams on the martial arts to hearing hypertension and all the way through. This is an absolutely sensational album. Angry thrash metal, love the vocals, love the straightforward attack and approach, love the shouted vocal parts. The riffs are really nasty sounding. I mean, the aforementioned Taste the Floor, Below the Belt, I'll Only Say It Once, Edge of the Razor, Soldier of Fortune. Absolutely fantastic album from Razor. Easily one of the best things this band has ever done. Evil Invaders and everything else prior to this is incredible, but Violent Restitution is where it's at for me. So anyway, here's the front cover. Very iconic album cover art here. Bleeding chainsaw and blood and everything. Digging the matte finish on this cover. High Roller Records did the reissue of this. Track listing and credits. Classic band member photos. Came with a bunch of goodies here. Came with this big fold-out poster of the artwork. I'm going to turn around to this side here. Yeah, definitely a big 2x2 poster of the art. Good job as per usual with any sort of poster that that gets put out through High Roller Records. It's not going to be the last High Roller Records you'll see here in this video, so definitely keep your eyes peeled. So yeah, lyrics, credits, and stuff. And just comes on a standard black vinyl. Old school style center labels. Side A, Side B. Very good sounding record. Very, very awesome to listen to. Yeah, but yeah, if you want to hear angry, aggressive, pissed off thrash metal, Razor's Violent Restitution is an absolute headbanger for sure. Go check this one out. And from Canada, we head to the US. When I was browsing Hell's Headbangers, I was looking through one of their more recent releases, and one of the albums that I saw hyped up and advertised was an album that I had been looking for years in any sort of physical format, whether it be a CD, a bootleg CD, a vinyl that either was in good to decent conditioning or a conditioning that wasn't well worth playing. And I don't know really how this even came to be, why it happened, who distributed it, or where it came from, but when I saw it in the Hell's Headbangers distro, I looked at everything, made up my mind, and I decided to get it. This is greatest of all time thrash territory in my humble opinion. And if any of you know or are familiar with King Fowley of Deceased, this album would be very, very high up on his greatest of all time list. This is Whiplash with Power and Pain. Yeah. This is a thrash metal gold standard in my opinion. This was originally released in 1986 through Roadrunner Records, and these guys are based out of New Jersey, and this really was the prime era of Whiplash with the three Tonys involved in the band. Vocalist, guitarist Tony Pataro, drummer Tony Scaglione, and bassist Tony Bono. Rest in peace, by the way. Incredible album. Absolutely incredible thrash metal album from first song all the way to last. Red Bomb, Last Man Alive, Power Thrashing Death, Nailed to the Cross, straight up classic thrash metal. I love everything about this release. Just a really wonderful thrash metal record, and if you ever want to know more about classic thrash metal records, Power and Pain by Whiplash is an album that should not even considered to be overlooked. So yeah, here's the front cover. Very iconic album cover art. You can see a little bit of a border going on here. I believe this was released this year. I don't think this is an official release. This could probably be a bootleg, but either way, I don't care. I'm very happy to have this in some form of a physical format instead of having to wait forever, because sometimes if there's a demand for something, sometimes people will go out of their way to make something happen, whether people want it to happen or not. But I'm happy that this happened, because it's fucking Power and Pain here. Back cover, band member photos, credits, very authentic looking and old school. The sleeve's a little bit on the glossy side, but I fucking love that. Got this lyric sheet, also old school feeling, lyrics, band member photos and credits. And I believe this record came in 3 different versions, standard black, red, and the version that I got, which is on a very nice marbled yellow vinyl with some red in here. Very cool color. Love the old school center labelings of the old Roadrunner logo here. Very, very badass. Love the old school attention to detail by this. But yeah, Power and Pain is an absolute thrash metal masterpiece and really representative of my favorite kind of style of thrash metal. Aggressive, old school, classic, straight up thrash metal. Power and Pain by Whiplash. Definitely go check this one out. From the past, we go to the present, to 2017, for 3 of my favorite releases when it comes to thrash and speed metal. And this first record is from a band that I saw live earlier this year. This is a band that I saw live leading up to heading to Houston for Destroying Texas Fest. And getting to see this band live and hearing what they're all about really, really made me appreciate them a hell of a lot more. This is Antichrist with Sinful Birth. Yeah. This is released through Electric Assault Records in 2017, and if you're not familiar with Antichrist, they are based out of Sweden, and they play this really hyper-aggressive, traditional to the roots sort of style of thrash metal. Very, very good riffs, awesome vocal deliveries, just straight up evil and blasphemous sort of deliveries. I absolutely had a ball listening to this band live, and getting to listen to their studio stuff really makes me appreciate them more. Under the Cross, the title track, Fall of the Temple of Solomon, absolutely amazing songwriting and efforts going on here. I want to say this is their second full length. I'm not sure if this is their second or third. Probably second, I could be wrong here, but yeah. Sinful Birth is a really fantastic thrash metal record from 2017. It's very, very good, but there are definitely better ones to come later on. So yeah, front cover, love this artwork here. Antichrist logo, Sinful Birth. Back cover, very simplistic. Electric Assault Records. I know there was a second version of this released. I don't know if this is released through internationally or whatever, but yeah, this is the one that was released in the US. Yeah, printed inner sleeve. Classic band member photo here. Credits and information. Yeah. Lyrics and credits. Love this skull artwork here. Very, very badass. I believe this is limited to 500 copies, and this comes on a standard black vinyl. Old school center labelings here. Side A, side B. Very, very well done release here. Had a blast listening to this one. But yeah, Antichrist are a very, very good band and definitely deserve to be listened to. So yeah, Antichrist, Sinful Birth, go check this one out. From Sweden, we move to Finland for probably one of the best. I recently reviewed this here on YouTube, and I'm very pleased to own this in a physical format. This is Vulture with the Guillotine. Man, Vulture is such a good band. Everything about this band rules. Every single thing about this band rules. Absolutely amazing band to be listening to. The Victim to the Blade EP was phenomenal. The full length in question is phenomenal too. I'm not going to say too much about what I had already said in my review, but The Guillotine is an absolutely fantastic record all the way through and through. I mean, listen to songs like Vendetta, Triumph of the Guillotine, I still stand by my statement that Electric Ecstasy is one of the best songs on here. Adrian's Cradle, absolutely killer track. Yeah, Paraphiliac, Cry for Death, absolutely amazing, amazing thrash metal record. So yeah, here's the front cover, glossy sort of sleeve. Love this artwork in question here. Yeah, very, very badass. Love the logo here. Back cover, Bad Members, album name and what side is which. Side High, Side Speed, fucking badass. High Roller Records put this one out. Comes with a lyric sheet. Let me take out the lyric sheet here real quick. Yeah, here we go. More credits. There you see Olaf from Enforcer appears on the track. Adrian's Cradle. Very, very killer stuff. Love the art design here for the lyrics. Very, very badass. And I was lucky enough to get the colored variant for this album, and this comes on a very, very gorgeous electric blue vinyl. There you see Side High, Side Speed, with the Bad Members on the side here. Oh man, this is so sexy. Great sounding record too. High Roller did a very badass job with this record in particular here. And yeah, this definitely still holds a place in my heart as the best of the best when it comes to speed and thrash in 2017. Absolutely killer album. But yeah, Vulture, The Guillotine, go buy this shit. Go listen to this shit. It is absolutely worth owning and listening to. Oh, this is so awesome. But wait, there's one more 2017 thrash metal record to talk about here, and this really concludes my 2017 thrash unholy trinity. Yeah, Antichrist, Vulture, and this one. This is Condor with Unstoppable Power. Excuse me, Unstoppable Power. Had to catch myself up on here because that song that's playing right now is getting stuck in my head right now. But yeah. Another High Roller Records release from 2017, and if you're not familiar with Condor, they're based out of Norway, and this band is easily one of the finest examples to represent Norwegian black and thrash sort of metal. They're part of a union of bands that really make a very fine collective of how to get the job done and how to make great music. Necromantian, Obliteration, even Dark Throne is a part of this little movement, and another band that represents this movement very well is Condor. And with Unstoppable Power, they really, really come into their own here with this album. This album is so wonderful to listen to. If you enjoyed the two previous records that I just showed right now, there's no excuse for you to not enjoy Unstoppable Power. This is an absolute mad, wild, unstoppable force, this album is. Unstoppable Power is an unstoppable force. Yeah, Raiders of Violence, You Can't Escape the Fire, 83 Days of Radiation. I fucking love that song. I love the way that song is written and the way everything is played out. It's so badass. And overall, this is just an amazing thrash metal album to listen to. So yeah, Condor, Unstoppable Power is a fucking brilliant record. So anyway, here's the front cover. Another glossy sort of cover done here by High Roller. Rock from Sadistic Execution did the album cover art here. So very badass. I love the detail on everything. There you see the back cover here. Track listing, High Roller Records. Yeah, this comes with some pretty interesting goodies here. You got a little poster here of the artwork. Very well done poster here in Band Members. Very old school power trio going on here with when it comes to Condor. Very awesome. Comes with a lyric sheet. There you see band member photos on this side and lyrics for one side. More lyrics and credits and some more band member photos. They are hard partiers, it seems. And when it comes to the vinyl variants, I was able to get another color variant of this particular record, and this comes on a very gorgeous translucent purple vinyl. Yeah, there you see side A, side B. Very simplistic labeling here. Vinyl here is wonderful, sounds wonderful, and is very much played wonderfully. So yeah, the unholy trinity of 2017 thrash, Antichrist, Vulture, and Condor with Unstoppable Power. Fucking great record. So yeah. I'm going to conclude this video. I'm going to leave you some links to some of the bands I talked to you about here in this video. If you've happened to have heard or own any of these releases, definitely let me know what you think and how you feel about it. What have been your favorite thrash releases of 2017? I'm pretty sure there's probably a few more that I'm missing or not forgetting. I know Evil Invaders came out with something this year recently. I'm pretty sure there's maybe 2 or 3 more. Maybe y'all can help me out with that. But yeah, let me know what you think. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Hell out.